Okay, welcome back guys. We're going to be solving an interesting question in today's video, and we have x to the 4 plus 16 x minus 12 is equal to 0, and we know our x belongs to our all real numbers. So the main strategy in this kind of question is that, so obviously we have an exponent of 4, so it's not like an easy quadratic equation to solve. And what we are trying to do in this kind of question is that if we can get at the end this equation to multiplication of two different expression equals 0, this will be easy to solve because at the end we need to do a equals 0 and b equals 0, and from each of these we can get the final answer. But this is not as easy as it looks in this one, and we have to figure something in here. So the first clue for us is we are seeing the exponent of 4, and we know that a plus b squared will be a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. And when we have a negative sign in here, everything's the same. We just have a negative sign in here too. And what we are seeing in the question is that we can see something like this in the question in the first two expressions, but obviously the pattern that we have in here, we have a squared and a to the power of 1, but what we have in here is 4 and 1. So if we can add something with the power of 2 in here, that can give us some room to play with this equation. So what we're going to do is that we're going to have x to the 4, and what we're going to add is 4 times x squared minus 4 times x squared. That way this will be 0. No difference in the equation, and we're just going to write down the rest of the equation, which is 16x, and now it's getting a bit easier for us. So now we have that pattern that we were looking for, 4 2 2 1, and this seems that this is going somewhere. So when we are seeing this is going to comes back to what we started and the strategy that we were trying to use. So this will be x squared plus 2 to the power of 2. Our perfect squared based on the algebra formula that we have will be x to the 4 plus 4x plus 4. So there is a plus 4 missing in here. So we're going to add that plus 4 in here to make that perfect square. And if we get back to the question, we have minus 12, which will be, so we have to add this 4 to make our perfect square. And in order to get to that minus 12 that we have in the equation, we have to subtract this by 16. Now it's much easier because we have this expression here and this one, which can make us another perfect square. And if we just factor minus 1 in here, we will have 4x squared minus 16x plus 16 is equal to 0, and this is gonna be the other perfect square that we have in here, which will be 2x minus, so what we get at the end of this will be x squared plus 2 to the power of 2 minus 2x minus 4 to the power of 2 is equal to 0. And this is a very familiar expression for us. We have difference of squares, and we know a squared minus b squared will be a minus b times a plus b. And there we go, we have our a in here, our b in here. So all we need to do is to do x squared plus 2 plus b, which will be plus 2x minus 4, and the second one would be a squared, which is x squared plus 2 minus b, so minus 2x plus 4 is equal to 0. So from the first one we have x squared plus 2x minus 2, and the second one will be x squared minus 2x plus 6 is equal to 0. Now we have two different quadratic equations, and let's just figure out ABC in each of these. So we have A1 in here, B2, and C in here will be minus 2. And the second one we have A1, B minus 2, and C 6. So since our x belongs to real numbers, we're just going to find the discriminant. If we have a negative discriminant, that means we have complex answers, and we're not looking for that in here, so we can stop there. So the discriminant here will be b squared 4 minus 4 times c. This will be 12, which will be 4 times 3. So 2 square root of 3. Discriminant is greater than 0. So we have answers in here. Our x will be minus b, which is minus 2, plus or minus this square root, the discriminant which we found, 2 square root of 3 divided by 2. This will be minus 1, plus or minus square root of 3. We have two answers in here. Let's move on to the second one. The discriminant here will be b squared, which is 4 minus 4ac. This is a negative number. That means no answers belong to real numbers in here, and this would be the final answer for this question. Again, very interesting strategy to build something that can simplify our equation and find the unknown that we have in here. Please let me know if you have a better solution to solve this. If you have any questions, feel free to drop it in the comment. I'd be happy to answer those questions. You guys take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.